Happy, blessed morning to you guys. It is Saturday, but this video will be released on Tuesday morning. I am scheduling it to come out on Tuesday morning. And guess what? Your girl is probably about 97% better than I was the last time you guys seen me. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. I done already been out and about, taking care of stuff, doing laundry. Yeah, all that good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. That has to be done. How about that? It has to be done. Who's going to do it? Nobody's going to come in here and do it for us. But anyway, like I said, happy Saturday to you guys. You guys will see this. It will come out on Tuesday. So I am coming to you guys to something been on my mind that I seem to notice all too often when it comes to us as parents. And I want to talk about how parenting out of guilt is not healthy. Parenting out of guilt. It's not healthy for us. It is not. And, I was looking up online. I don't have my papers in front of me because I didn't print anything out, but I was reading online about stuff. And, I was just pondering, number one, the question of why do we have a tendency through our parenthood to parent out of guilt? And a lot of times, sometimes what I've read, it said that when you have set in your mind as the parent that you're going to parent your child out of perfection. And what does that mean? You may base your parenting off of what you dealt with growing up as a child and experienced from your parents. So you purpose in your mind, I'm not going to do those things. This is how I'm going to do. I'm going to set the bar as a parent for me to be here. And I'm going to cross all of my T's and dot all of my I's. And I'm not going to make mistakes. So I'm not going to do this. And that's not true. What end up happening is you end up not crossing your T's and dotting your I's. And then what happens, you do this blame game. You start to blame yourself for the things that you see within your children that aren't always favorable, but we have to get to a place as parents that we start to say to ourselves, the older these children become and they become young adults, we have to understand that they will still make their own decisions. They will still choose to do what they think is the right thing to do, even when we know that it's not. But we also have to give them room to fall and to fail. How many times have you ever noticed your child really take what you say into consideration? Most times they won't until they have already fallen and failed. Then they come back sometimes, not all the time. And it doesn't mean because they haven't said anything to you, doesn't mean they're not thinking it. Because I can think of times when I've done things and I felt like, oh, my mom don't know what she's talking about. She just don't want to see this, or she just always want to be in my business. No, because a lot of times they've already been there, done that. So they already know off the bat. But again, you've got to allow your child or children the room and the space to do what? Fall. That's all a part of the journey for them. We want to, as parents, run right in, jump in, scoop them up, pat them on the back, coddle and stroke them. Oh, don't. It's all right. It's a no. Sometimes they're going to get too many bumps and bruises. And sometimes you just got to keep letting them get the bumps and bruises until they finally decide, I no longer want the bumps and the bruises. Not all of your kids will do this. Maybe some. I don't know. It just depends. But and it doesn't have to be major stuff. It could be with schoolwork, setting up a system, stop waiting around to the last minute, stop procrastinating, stop whatever. You have to study, no, I got it. I know. Okay. All right. I'm going to use an example. My oldest son, I remember when it came to him taking the permit test for driver's license. And I was like, you need to study that book. My friends told me they went in there and they just did it and they passed it. Well, I ain't gonna tell you how many times the boy done failed his permit test. I said, did you pass? No. Why not? Remember, they said you just had to go in there and you got it. You are willing to listen to people that's giving you wrong information versus your mother who's not going to steer you wrong. So you know what I did? Instead of getting frustrated over and over, I stopped. You want to keep failing? Go ahead. Do it feel good to me? No. But guess what? If this is what you want to do, go ahead and keep doing it. You want to keep following behind folks that's leading you nowhere? You do that. Does it hurt? Yes, it does. But does it mean? But one thing I will say, I have learned and I am still learning, I am setting me free. And that's with both of them. You want to go into situations blindsided? Go ahead. Okay. Sometimes I just listen. Because I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes when you just listen and you're silent and you don't give feedback, even though you knew it was going to go that way, they get upset about that because they were looking for you to say something. I have nothing. My cousin Bridget, she had me cracking up because we were talking about something one day and I had said something and she was like just staring with this blank look. And I was like, what? She was like, I got nothing. She was like, cuz I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't got nothing. And we bust out laughing. I said, you know what? That's a good one. That's a real good one. That's good. That's good. I like that. So there are times, I'll be, people be talking and they looking and I'm like, and they like, what? I got nothing. I got nothing. And it doesn't mean they literally have nothing. It's just, this is what it is. This is just where we are. This is just where it's at. We just have to hang in there with our children until times get better. And that hanging in there doesn't mean you're co-signing the stuff that you don't like. No. My kids know what I like and what I don't like. And even though sometimes they try to act like yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And I just, mm-hmm. 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 Why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. I'm just listening. Mm-hmm. But while I'm listening, guess what I'm also doing? I'm praying. Holy Spirit, drop your truth. Let the eyes come wide open. Allow our children to stop willingly walk blind. Stop. Just stop. It's not a good look for you. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't benefit you anything. You're not rearing any good fruit from it. It just don't make sense. And that's even for us as parents. We got to set ourselves free. Stop willingly walking blind just to appease your child or your children. Even with your grandkids, sometimes you feel like, oh, I messed up with my kids. Let me do better with my grandkids. By letting them do what? Whatever they want. By spoiling them to that they ain't worth nothing. You still have repeated the same thing. Just with the younger generation. So now again, where did it get you? Nowhere. We've got to stop this. Stop. There are some parents who are raising their grandchildren and they are just giving their grandchildren the world because why? Oh, I messed up with my kids. So this is my way of letting them know I love them. I'm going to do whatever, whenever, however. Wrong, and more wrong. But a lot of times we don't allow people the space in the room to come in and drop that truth on us because we don't want to hear it, number one. Number two, we are so set on what we want. And even though we know in our heart of hearts, because we can act like we don't know. You know. Yes, you do. When you get by yourself and you got that time to you. And just because it's the truth that's coming to you don't mean you're going to accept it. A lot of times people will dismiss it and act like it's the other parents down the street or it's the other parents in the family. It ain't me. No, it's you. But that's okay though, because guess what? Again, at the end of the day, you the one that got to answer for that stuff. We could sit and play the game like we don't know. No, you do know. But the thing is, don't allow parenting out of guilt to drive you to do things that you have no business doing. If it starts to water down your integrity, your morals, your values, you're doing what's right, let me tell you something. You headed for destruction, and not only you are, but you're heading those children and grandchildren down that road as well. No, you cannot do that. And you're not getting a permission pass from it. People can co-sign you all day long, but guess who's not going to ever co-sign you? And that's God. He's never going to co-sign your wrongdoing. He's never going to, well, I did it because, and I did it because of this. I did it because of that. I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do. Okay, but once you found out it wasn't the right thing to do, you still kept doing it. Because you don't want to ruffle feathers with your child. You want to, guess what? It's too late to go back and undo what's already been done, but it's not too late to get on the right track to do better. It's just not. It's just not. Parenting out of guilt. Oh, I ain't going to make my kids clean the house. My parents had me slaving cleaning or whatever. And we have to teach children how to earn their keep at a young age. You know, I saw somebody that was on Instagram and their child room was a wreck. Like, I said, I don't know how often parents go into their children's room. I think you need to go in there a whole lot. I stayed up in my kids' room. I stayed up in their stuff. Privacy? What privacy you up in my house? Where you don't pay bills? You think you're just going to be entertaining and doing any old thing in my house and I don't have a clue as to what's going on in my home? Are you kidding me right now? I don't think so. Somebody, well, I'm going to give them their privacy. Let me tell you something. If I got to take the door off the hinges, I'm doing it. If I got to strip video games and all that, I'm doing it. Some of us have to get some balls and stand up and do the right thing. Stop giving a pass and turning a blind eye to stuff. But what really amazes me, some of y'all be the same ones that are sitting, yeah, child, you see her, child? Did you see so-and-so and so-and-so? Did you? I don't care about that. Let's talk about what you got going on. Stop. But back to the video I saw. The parent went in a room and the child room was a wreck. And when I tell you it was a beautiful room, she called it a princess suite or something like that. The child had, let me tell you something. Her room is so nice and so beautiful. There are some kids in this lifetime that will never know, number one, what having their own room is like. Number two, having everything in their room under the sun. When I say that, I'm talking about their own bed. She got a high back leather chair with a desk, with a desktop computer with the flat screen. On the other side of the room, she got like a hammock, a cute little hammock that's this big, round, beautiful, pinkish purple cushion type of thing that she sits in and just swings back and forth in. So the child, I think she like, what, 11? 10 or 11, something like that. And she got beautiful dresser. She got this beautiful like floor rug in her room. But guess what? The room was a wreck. Stuff was everywhere. Food, chips, stuff stored, nothing. Everything was just out of sorts. So the mom was fussing in the video and, oh, if I see this room like this again, it's going to be consequences. But let me tell you where she went wrong at. Started off with the child helping her clean up her room. But the child went over there and sat in the hammock and started swinging, watching the mom slave and clean the room. Then the girl got her own bathroom. Bathroom, nice. I'm like, here we go again. We doing too much. Bathroom was a wreck. But the colors in the, I mean, when I tell you, some of these kids got it made so well, they will never appreciate and have value. The value system will never be where it's supposed to be because everything is just always handed and dropped off. Stop. The mother went in there, cleaned the bathroom from top to bottom. Where was the child still sitting in the hammock? Watching her clean her stuff. So where was the lesson in that? Where? Oh, I give my kids the world. You're going to mess around and they're going to destroy themselves in the future. They didn't learn anything. She did a little something and then sat down and watched me. She going to watch you clean her stuff that she created. My kids will tell you right now, I'd have told them this is out of, first of all, everything would have been in the middle of the floor. Get this. They know me. I start stripping stuff, throwing stuff. Get it up. Organize that. Clean that. Get them baseboards. Let's go. Did it? They know. I was the drill sergeant. Did I do everything right as a parent? Heck no. Am I still learning as a parent? Yes, I am. But I have to leave room to be open. How do you do that? Allowing other parents who are more seasoned than you, that may have more insight than you'll ever have. But sometimes we shut them down. We don't want to hear nothing. We don't want nobody telling us nothing. Or we'll say we do. Then they start. Now we pissed and we mad. Now we want to make them the enemy when the real enemy is you. And your bigger enemies are going to be those kids. Food for thought. Just some food for thought. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't be mad at the messenger. But guess what? Even if you are, that's not my problem. That's your problem. God bless you guys on this amazing Saturday. But you will see this win again on Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with your favorite girl, who? Vocal with AJ Reese, baby. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe wherever you live. They talking about major storms that are coming, but I believe God to keep and cover and protect us and provide for us all. Love you guys. God bless. See you when, Lord willing, Thursday, baby. Thursday. Full steam ahead. Bye.